Welcome back to Iraqi Dinar News, your go-to source for the most essential updates in this fast-changing economic landscape. Today we're diving into a question that's on the minds of every IQD and VND holder out there. Where do you actually go to exchange your currency when the long-awaited revaluation finally becomes reality? Imagine waking up one morning and the revaluation has gone live. You've got stacks of potentially life-altering currency in your hands, but no idea where to take it. That exact confusion is what we're trying to prevent right now. Preparation is everything, especially in a moment like this where hesitation or misinformation could cost you dearly. To start, it's important to recognize a tough reality. Not all banks in the United States are equipped or even willing to deal with exotic currencies like the Iraqi dinar or the Vietnamese dong. Just because a bank offers foreign exchange services doesn't mean they'll handle these specific notes. Unlike the euro or the yen, IQD and VND are labeled as exotic currencies, and that puts them in a whole different category with strict internal guidelines. You'll need to know which institutions are getting ready behind closed doors and what steps you should be taking now to stay ahead. Wells Fargo has been a hot topic within the dinar and dong community for quite some time. While they don't publicly advertise any services related to these currencies, multiple customer accounts from around the country indicate that specific branches, especially those tied to wealth management or private banking, are quietly preparing. Behind the scenes, there's talk of training sessions and updated internal systems designed to support new exchange rates once they go live. If you're not currently a Wells Fargo customer, it might be a wise move to open an account and begin building rapport with a branch manager or financial advisor. Then there's Chase Bank. Though there hasn't been an official announcement, reports from inside suggest high-level discussions are happening. Chase Wealth Advisors are rumored to be preparing for clients with large holdings and may step in quickly if the revaluation happens. If you're already banking with Chase, now is a good time to arrange a meeting with a branch executive or your private banker. Ask the right questions, and you might find they're more ready than they let on. Bank of America is another institution people are watching closely. Historically, they've provided some limited services for Vietnamese dong, and while they don't currently offer IQD exchanges, their extensive foreign currency infrastructure makes them a top candidate to roll out services once the revaluation becomes public. If you hold a high-value or business account, your odds of quicker processing could increase dramatically. This would be the right moment to update your financial profile and check in with your advisor to explore what's possible. Citibank stands out due to its global presence and well-established foreign currency operations. Although they haven't issued an official statement on IQD or VND, their elite clients, particularly those with Citigold or international relationships, may have early access to exchange services. Their platforms and systems are built for international clients, which gives them a technical advantage. If you bank with Citi, it's smart to reach out and start a discreet conversation with your advisor. Let them know what you hold and see if they're aware of internal guidance being circulated. It's not just the big names that matter. Regional banks may actually be more nimble when it comes to handling unexpected changes. Financial institutions like Fifth Third Bank, PNC, and Regions have surfaced in online discussions, with users sharing stories of staff hinting at future readiness for exotic exchanges. These banks may not advertise such services publicly, but one-on-one conversations have revealed some interesting signs. If one of these banks operates in your area, consider stopping in and asking in person. Sometimes a face-to-face conversation reveals more than any official website ever could. We also need to consider professional currency exchange firms. Companies such as Currency Exchange International or CXI are worth noting. Often located in airports or major shopping districts, these firms specialize in cross-border transactions and maintain the infrastructure to quickly update currency rates once central banks revise them. While they don't currently post values for IQD or VND, CXI representatives have previously confirmed that updates can be implemented within 48 hours of a revaluation. This could make them one of the fastest options when banks are backed up or only servicing clients by appointment. There's also a growing conversation around digital exchange platforms. As financial technology continues to advance, some platforms like Revolut, Wise, and Zoom have expanded their services and might soon include exotic currency support. While these services don't yet offer IQD or VND, they've streamlined the process for uploading documents, completing identity verification, and executing transfers right from your home. Should one of these platforms add exotic currency support, it could provide a remote and efficient way to complete an exchange. However, be cautious. Ensure any platform you use is fully licensed and compliant with U.S. financial regulations before conducting any transaction. This brings us to one of the most mysterious elements of the revaluation world: private redemption centers. These facilities are often described as highly selective locations where high-volume currency holders may be invited for exchange under specific terms. Some reports even suggest these centers could offer higher contractual rates for qualified participants. That said, the lack of transparency surrounding these centers means they carry risk. If you're contacted by one of them, do not proceed without verified credentials, legal representation, and a full understanding of what's being offered. Never turn over currency or sign any documents, especially non-disclosure agreements, without absolute confidence in their legitimacy. And that brings us to a critical point about preparation. Whether you're exchanging at a bank, a specialized currency service, or a private center, how you handle your physical currency is crucial. Notes should be clean, organized by denomination, and placed in protective sleeves or envelopes. Label each bundle carefully. Torn, dirty, or poorly stored bills could be devalued or outright rejected. The little effort you put in now could save you thousands later. Your documentation is equally important. Proof of purchase is non-negotiable, especially for larger exchanges. Keep invoices, dealer receipts, or confirmation emails in both printed and digital formats. Make sure they're stored safely and easy to access. Along with these documents, have your valid government ID ready, such as a passport or driver's license. For any exchange over $10,000, 0 cents, you'll likely need to provide additional paperwork showing proof of address and source of funds, in compliance with anti-money laundering laws. As the reality of a currency revaluation draws closer, more individuals are looking toward private exchange groups as a potential way to access insider information or better exchange rates. These groups often operate through invitation-only channels or by leveraging connections to bankers or brokers who claim to have special arrangements. While the appeal of a higher rate or priority treatment is understandable, these setups can be risky. If you are considering joining such a group, the most important rule is simple: trust but verify. Make sure the group operates transparently, does not ask for upfront money, and never pressures you to hand over your currency or personal documents. A legitimate exchange group should offer clarity, references, and ideally legal support. Scams flourish in environments filled with uncertainty, and this revaluation could be one of those rare global financial events that creates just such an environment. Once your exchange is complete, the next phase becomes equally important: managing and protecting your wealth. One of the most common mistakes made by newly liquid individuals is moving too quickly. The temptation to celebrate with big purchases or risky investments is natural, but those who slow down and create a plan will be the ones who sustain their gains. Step 1 should be speaking with a certified financial planner or tax specialist who has experience handling sudden wealth events. These professionals can help you navigate complex tax liabilities, structure your finances for asset protection, and develop strategies to preserve and grow your funds long-term. You might consider setting up a trust or a family foundation, particularly if you're looking to create a generational financial legacy. Others may choose to establish a corporate account or limited liability company, LLC, to manage investments. Diversification will be key. Placing all your funds into one vehicle, whether that's real estate, precious metals, or stocks, is rarely wise. Instead, look at a balanced mix: gold for preservation, real estate for long-term value, and dividend-paying stocks or bonds for cash flow. If done correctly, your one-time exchange could evolve into a stable financial foundation that lasts for decades. It's also smart to begin building a personal financial network. Beyond an accountant and advisor, you may want to work with an estate planner, attorney, or even a security consultant, depending on how public your wealth becomes. Maintain clear records of every transaction, correspondence, and agreement. A well-organized file, digital and physical, can eliminate weeks of stress if legal or financial issues arise. It's a simple habit with potentially massive benefits. Security is another area many overlook. Post-exchange, you may be moving larger sums than ever before. Digital security becomes a frontline defense. Use encrypted file storage, two-factor authentication for all banking apps, and consider separating assets across multiple institutions. Some clients even opt for private vaults or offshore options for a layer of discretion and protection. Remember, your goal is to preserve, not just celebrate, your new financial position. Another concern that tends to surface in these moments is taxation. Every exchange will likely trigger a tax event, and the IRS will expect its share. Depending on your state and how you classify your exchange, capital gains, income, or otherwise, you could owe a significant portion. This is why early engagement with a knowledgeable tax expert is crucial. They may recommend setting aside a percentage, often between 30 to 40%, in a separate account to avoid end-of-year surprises. They can also assist with charitable contributions or donations if you're aiming to reduce your taxable income while supporting causes that matter to you. As we close out this overview, it's worth repeating that while no official date has been announced, momentum is building. Insider chatter, changes in banking infrastructure, and increased digital movement all suggest that something is indeed coming. Whether it's in a few days or a few months, those who are prepared will have a huge advantage over those who wait for last-minute confirmations. Preparation isn't paranoia, it's protection. And in a world where timing is everything, being ready could mean the difference between missing out and cashing in. Former President Trump has remained a recurring figure in dinar discussions, particularly around policies that may support global currency adjustments or restore value to previously devalued economies. Though there's been no confirmed link between his recent public appearances and IQD/VND specifics, many believe his administration's legacy and potential future political influence could still play a role in currency reform policies down the line. As we approach another election cycle, his commentary and alliances may once again bring this topic back into the national spotlight. To summarize, success in this journey comes down to three things: accurate information, strategic preparation, and smart execution. Whether you're holding 1 million or 10 million IQD, the steps you take now, researching your options, organizing your documents, speaking to professionals, will define how smooth or chaotic your experience becomes. Don't wait for the official headline to act. Take initiative today, because when the window opens, it may close just as quickly. Thank you once again for watching Iraqi Dinar News. If this helped clarify your next steps, be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share this with others in the community. More timely updates are on the way as we continue to monitor developments around the Iraqi dinar, Vietnamese dong, and the broader financial shift unfolding before our eyes. Stay informed, stay secure, and as always, stay ready.